but particularly when it comes to estate planning and then life insurance, this is the end of life conversation that no one wants to have, necessarily feels comfortable having. They get kind of backed into a corner and they don't feel like they got their needs heard. And so unlocking some of that baggage in the conversation of what do you have in place now? If it's nothing, how do we get you what you could potentially need and hopefully replace? Like we were talking about in the earlier, is that when some people are making the decisions on getting their estate documents in place, their wills and their springing trusts, if they've got minors, and they're naming fiduciaries and they're naming beneficiaries in their wills, they just feel paralyzed because they feel like they've got to make the decision right now, and it has to be exactly right for the rest of their life. And they're, maybe in their mid 30s, and they feel like this has to be set in stone for the next 60 years. One of the things that we do is to help them put a pin in the map, that financial future map 10 years from now, just to say, okay, your children, if you have them, will be 10 years older. Will they still be minors? And what documents would you need in place then if you pass away in any time between now and that next 10-year point? So that really shrinks their potentially 60-year timeline down to something that's manageable and digestible, and um, it gets them able to move forward on making those decisions appropriate for their family and getting those documents in place.
Well, I like that, because, I know a lot of people can get overwhelmed by thinking about the enormity of the problem. Um, and I would imagine there's also a sense of perfectionism that's built in there. I have to get everything right. And in the pursuit of getting everything right, they get absolutely nothing done.
Yeah, and helping them know that it's most likely that this document is not going to get used, but it's going to get replaced when your life changes or your circumstances change or whatever. We just want it in place if you don't have any changes. That helps them t take action and kind of give their heirs and their surviving family this love letter, everything nice and neat and wrapped up in a bow of here are is the settling of my financial affairs and the things that we discussed if we're not here to take care of them.
Yeah. So if somebody's looking at it and they're like, what would you say are like the first 3 to 5 things that somebody needs to knock out?
Uh, I gotta have some more frame of reference because I meet with clients across the age spectrum, across the wealth spectrum, and across the income spectrum. So um, I'm not gonna try and make the same recommendations to a 25-year-old that I would make to a 65-year-old.
Yeah. Um,
Does that make sense?
yeah, it does. Let's pick one. Let's say you're talking to somebody that's 40 that has, maybe 1, 2, 3 million in assets,
Okay,
like 401ks or whatever.
sure. Yeah, at this point, um, I would recommend probably that you look at your own emotions in the